Hello, happy day. This week we are doing a theme on strengths. So we'll talk to Melissa in a little bit. And right now I wanted to chat with you about a few things that we can consider about strengths with ourselves and our family. So I have 3 ideas for you for this bigger picture of what strengths are and what they can be. So, number 1, recognize your strengths. So, I was just chatting with a friend earlier and we were talking about the different ways that we communicate. I feel like I communicate fairly well like this, verbally. I enjoy writing and I like looking back at it, and that's fantastic. She said the opposite. She said, I enjoy talking one-on-one to people, but I find that writing things down is a much easier form of communication for me. That's fantastic. So we can also do that with our children too. We can recognize that they have chosen to think outside the box about an idea, or they have built something that we would never have considered, or they're really kind to others. Any of those things. It doesn't have to be a quote unquote subject of strengths, just anything that you see that yourself, your significant other, or someone in your family is really good at. Show that to them. Maybe they know it, maybe they don't, but that would be a great way to show that you care. So, number 2, use those strengths. So we are all taught to use our strengths, but when it comes down to it, sometimes we resist, myself included. That's just normal. That can be either fear-based or, I'm too busy, I'm not sure, how to do this, etc. There can be lots of elements in that. But I would encourage you to use those strengths that you have, that you know of, because many times that will give you a sense of fulfillment and make you happy too. So when we do decide to utilize our strengths, sometimes things go where they flow easier too. So doesn't that sound nice? All right. Number 3, accept that your strengths can change. So a fabulous example of that would be maybe someone who, when they were younger, did a sport and they were great at the sport and they enjoyed it. And then later on in life, they haven't practiced it or utilized it in quite a long time. Well, okay, that's fine. Maybe it got replaced with a different sport, or maybe it got replaced with a hobby, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up about your strengths changing, especially as moms. We can kind of go down the should road. Oh, well, I should do this, or I should have done that, or etc. You get where I'm going with this. It's okay when your strengths change. That's fine. So let's do a recap. Number 1, recognize what your strengths are. Recognize the strengths of others and encourage them to use them. Number 2 is use them. I should have said that as, number 2. But use them as well. Like encourage, find ways that you can be encouraged to use them and you can encourage others to use them. Number 3, accept that those strengths can change, and that's perfectly fine. If we always had the same strengths, we would get bored, and understandably so. If things never changed and they were always the same, we wouldn't get as much enjoyment from what our lives are. So it's okay when your strengths change too. Accept it. Maybe it would even be something that you have more fun with. So think of it in that way. Make it a great day.